The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrahid Bawa, has been convicted by a high court sitting in Maitama, the Federal Capital Territory, EFCT. The EFCC boss was convicted of contempt of court in relation to his agency's failure to comply with the earlier order of the court. Justice Chizoba Oji, in a ruling, held that Mr. Bawa should be committed to prison at Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order of the court. The judge mandated the Inspector General of Police to ensure that the order of the court is executed. Nigeria, my country. Fulani don't obey court order. It's in their blood. All the agency under this government, they don't obey court order. Oh, Nigeria, my country. How did we even get here? Nigeria is not like no man's land. Whatever anybody likes, he do. But that does not go for ordinary Nigerian man. That does not go for ordinary Nigerian man. If you do that, small thing like this, you see them. They carry you up and down. Nigerian government herself don't obey court orders. EFCC don't obey court orders. DSS don't obey court orders. This is really it's a very big shame. International communities, we are laughing at Nigeria. We have become a laughing stock. A country where the government do not obey the court orders. What do you expect? Everywhere now, jaga jaga. According to one of Nigeria's musicians, Nigeria jaga jaga. Everywhere scatter scatter. That is just how it is now. This is really a very big shame. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrahid Bawa, has been convicted by a high court sitting in Maitama, the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The EFCC boss was convicted of contempt of court in relation to his agency's failure to comply with an earlier order of the court. Justice Chizoba, in a ruling, held that Mr. Bawa should be committed to prison at Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order of the court. The judge mandated the Inspector General of Police to ensure that the order of the court is executed. The judgment read: the Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is in contempt of the orders of these honorable courts made on November 21st, 2018, directing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to return to the applicant his Range Rover supercharged and the sum of 40 million naira. Having continued willfully in disobedience to the order of this court, he should be committed to prison at the Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order of court made on November 21st, 2018, until he purges himself of the contempt. The Inspector General of Police shall ensure that the order of this honorable court is executed forthwith, the judge said. Justice Chizoba rejected the argument put forward by the lawyer for the EFCC, Francis Gerbo, to justify his client's action. The ruling, delivered on October 28, according to a certificate true copy (CTC) obtained by the Nation on Tuesday, noted that the motion on notice is marked FCT/HC/M/52/2021 and filled by Air Voice Marshal. a one-time director of operations at the Nigerian Air Force. In the motion filed through his lawyer, R.N. Ujobo, in a suit marked FCT/HC/CR/184/2016. Ojowo had complained that the EFCC declined to comply with the order for the release of his seized property made by the court in a judgment delivered on November 21st, 2018. The EFCC had arraigned Ojowo on 2 counts before Justice Baba Idris of the High Court of the FCT in Nayaya in 2016. He was accused of corruptly receiving gratification to the tune of 50 million naira and Range Rover Sport supercharged from one Hima Abubakar. But in a judgment on November 21st, 2018, Justice Idris discharged and acquitted Ojowo on the grounds that the prosecution failed to prove its case. Idris held that for the charge to succeed, the prosecution must prove that the defendant corruptly accepted the gift, that he accepted or obtained the gift for him or for any other person. The judge added that the prosecution also had to prove that the defendant accepted the gift in the course of or for discharging his official duty, and that the gift was an indictment of reward. He held that the burden was on the prosecution to prove all ingredients of the charge preferred against the defendant beyond reasonable doubt, as required under Section 131 of the Evidence Act 2011. In conclusion, I hold that the prosecution has failed to prove the 2 counts charge of corrupt gratification under Act 17(1)(a) and (c) of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. The defendant is charged and acquitted on account and 2 of the charge. Consequently, the complainant, the EFCC, is ordered to refund the defendant his 40 million naira wrongly paid into the owner's recovery account, to return to the defendant his Range Rover Sport supercharge, for which Justice Idris. So guys, before I head it now, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share